What does a training weekend look like with a coach one-to-one with an Ironman athlete? This is episode 5 of Dan's journey for the Kona Dream project. We're still early days. We're 3 months into the training process. We've been on a training camp you've seen on the previous video. We've done some lab testing. We've done lots of physical assessments, but nothing beats some proper training. Tune in and we're going to show you what we got up to over a 2-day training weekend in the north of England in early spring. So what did we get up to? That's the most important thing. First arrival afternoon for me, Friday afternoon after a day of work for Dan. Nice easy 6K run with some fast strides to prepare him for Saturday morning. Most important thing is I introduced him to some run drills. Started with 3. We need to fire up the posterior chain. We need to get some new technical elements implemented into his training. We can only do this face to face, so I managed to get there. North of England, first time to Preston. I'm near Leeds, so we had a glorious afternoon. The most important thing is I've heard good things about Dan's cooking, and look at him prepping here. We had a nice slow cooker beef chili, which is awesome. Some nice brown rice, definitely some avocado, some vegetables there. I think there were 20 different variety of bits and bobs in his chili, which gave the gut microbiome some really nice add-ons. So that was an easy evening, bit of chatting, and off we went to bed. Early start, we just get up, we're generally around, I'm awake from 5:30. Dan came up, he did his bit of pre-park run mobility. We've not done anything hard since the beginning of January, where he did his own park run in about 21 minutes. Park run, for those listening, 5K every Saturday in the UK and around most of the part of the world. I don't think it's in the US. And it's 5K time, free, 9 o'clock in the morning.
The park run, I really enjoyed that, and I was happy to go sub 20. And I think a lot of it was because we did a bit of a recce, didn't we? And we kind of discussed the strategy, which is something that's new to me. Strategizing.
Yeah. You just sort of go and run and like, I'll just see what I've got, or go out at a pace. Most runners just go out at a pace, don't they?
I would have looked at it and gone, right, there's a hill, I'll take it easy. The rest of it, I'll cane it. I'll go as fast as I can. But then we went and did the loop. We went and did a loop of the course and then strategized over like what I was going to do. So up that hill, 90 seconds hard, but then you can recover here, up here, recover here, and then
and then we know what your heart
to that with the heart rate.
Yeah, we know what your heart rate is at like going your sort of max area. Obviously, we're not going max. It's a 20-minute effort, so we know where your VO2 max hit, and we know that you can hold 170s, for example, for a period of time. So we're like, right, if you get up to that, it's like a 90-second effort up the climb. No, actually, it was shorter than that. What am I talking about?
Yeah, it's like 30, 40 seconds.
30, 40 seconds, but there was some undulations. But sorry, 30, 40 seconds. And if you go into the red there, you just blow everything out, and you'll just never recover, mainly from your breathing. But your breathing, your cardiovascular was actually fine. That would have been the extra bike, like the bike work you've been doing. So instead of going out at a pace, we just kind of like, right, then recover, but then you watch your heart rate through that back period, and that's what we discussed quite nicely.
Yeah, so it's good to just do it on heart rate, not pace for me. I didn't even look at the pace till afterwards, and I was happy with the pace and the time in the end.
Yeah,
because it was just like going off heart rate the whole time, and I was thinking, right, I'm sticking at this one, it'll go high at the and then I can get it back down to this level. On the recovery for the rest of that.
And use a bit of the down, and what goes up goes down. So that particular park around Preston, it's got 3 loops of really quite a steep, sharp hill. So it's not a PB course with lots of switchbacks, but that wasn't today's thing. It was a part of the week of training. We've been doing about 2.5 hours of running a week, and sprinkling a little bit of aerobic work, upper aerobic, and a little bit of sprinkling of 30-second efforts. So no conditioning for 5Ks, and that's not so really happy with that. Great way to test. We were testing some new run shoes and also just a different strategy. And you can see here, we got there early, we warmed up, we went over those run drills to fire everything up, did a bit of mobility. There was no pressure, there wasn't a time chasing. And we tested the hill loop. There's some really steep, you can see a 45-second hill each lap 3 times. So it's not a PB course with lots of twists and turns. And there were 440 runners that completed it from memory. He came 7th, so top 10. And that was great. Ran just under 19:30. We just ran to heart rate. That was great. So there was a hard effort. Finished that off, got home, beautiful feed again, some eggs, some protein. We got out on the mountain bikes for a leisurely ride, mainly just to see the area, work on some easy recovery, active recovery. The main thing was to get to the swimming pool later. for the afternoon. All I wanted to do was a little bit of technical, but mainly a flush out. But again, eyes on, and we adjusted the session in real time. It was fantastic. I got him actually to do some swim drafting, which we've not been able to do. And I managed to hold a pace that was way quicker than his CSS for him, threshold pace. We played around with some toys, snorkels, no snorkel, pool boy. He was absolutely well in control. Brilliant. Followed by some crucial sauna work and some R&R. Back home, surf and turf barbecue, one of my favorites. 3 different types of fishes. Look at this. Ribeye and some chicken. And we poured a glass of Stellenbosch Shiraz. Why not? Because he hardly ever drinks. I have occasional red wine. There's nothing wrong with a glass of good red, some good antioxidants, and we're living as well. We did a nice recap of the day, as you can see here, and chatted about the upcoming year, and mainly the training camp we're going to do pre-Ironman. We're going to do a July training camp, probably in Mallorca, some proper riding in the hills and swimming in the sea, and mostly get fed really well by a half-board buffet. Sunday, bit of an earlier start. It was a grey, damp start, the north of England. We wanted to get up to Gisborne Forest, a trail centre. New for him, variety. This was my goal this weekend. Add some variety after 2-3 months of training. Get on a mountain bike, new for him. We did the blue route with some red skills, about an hour-ish. It was enough. Flush their legs. There's some harder efforts going around corners, etc. Burning legs. A brick run off that on the gravel with a bit of mud. And fortunately, the cafe was closed and we would have tucked in to some food. That was done for middle of the day. Departed ways, and I know Dan got a bit of R&R, bit of a nap later on with some good food. Roaring to go for the next day. So that was 2-day weekend, training recap, and episode 5 of this really cool journey. Most importantly, I got to spend and spend time with a super cool guy that's just embracing the journey, the dedication, and is all in without it being too all-encompassing. He's also got a full-time job and just really enjoys engaging with other people. So follow him on socials, on Instagram. He'd love to hear from you. If you're enjoying this channel and these videos, please hit the subscribe. Message me if you have questions. I'll be sure to get back to you.